Good evening to all. My name is Daniel Garces. I am going to read you a part of Marketing Myopia by Theodore Levitt. And so every every major industry was once a growth industry, but some that are not rating a way of growth enthusiasts are very much in the shadow of the cliff. Others that are through of a seasoned growth industry have actually stopped growing. In every case, the reason growth is threatened, slowed, or stopped is not because the marketing is saturated. It is because there has been a failure of management. Okay, faithful purpose. The failure is at the top. The executed responsibility for it. In the last analysis are those who deal with brown aims and police. Thus the railroads did not stop growing because the need for passenger or freight transportation declined. That great the railroads are in trouble today not because that need was filled by others cars, trucks, airplanes, and even telephones, but because it was not filled by the railroads themselves. They let others take customers away from them because they assumed themselves to be in the railroad business rather than in the transportation business. The reason they defined their industry incorrectly was that they were railroad-oriented instead of transportation-oriented. They were product-oriented instead of the customer-oriented. Hollywood barely escaped being totally ravished by television. Actually, all the established establishing film companies went through drastic reorganizations. Some simply disappeared. All of all of them got into trouble not because of TV inroads, but because of their own myopia. As with the railroads, Hollywood defined its business incorrectly. It thought it was in the movie business when it was actually in the entertainment business. Movies implied a specific limited product. This produce factors content from the weekend-led producers to view TV as a trade. Hollywood scorned and rejected TV when it should have welcomed it as an opportunity to expand the entertainment business. Today, TV is a bigger business than all the old, narrowly defined movie business ever was. Had Hollywood been customer-oriented, provided entertainment, rather than product-oriented, making movies, would it have gone through the fiscal purgatory that it did? It doubted. What ultimately saved Hollywood and accounted for its research was the wave of new young writers, producers, and directors, whose previous success in television had decimated the old movies company and toppled the big movies mold. There are other less obvious examples of the industries that have been and are now endangered their futures by improperly define their purpose. Alright, next, with the shadow of obsolescence. It is impossible to mention a single major industry that did not one time qualify for the magic appellation of growth industry. In this case, the industry assumed stage alone in the apparently unchallenged superiority of this product. There appeared to be no effective substitute for it. It was itself a runaway substitute for the products it so triumphantly replaced. Yet no after another of these celebrated industries has come under a shadow. Let us look briefly at a few more of them, this time taking examples that have so far received a little less attention. Sorry. Dry, dry cleaning. This was this was once a growth in a growth industry with lavish propense. In an age of wool garments, imagine being finally able to get them clear safely or easily. The boom was the boom was on, yet here we are 30 years after the boom started and the industry is in a trouble. Where was the competition come from? From a better way of cleaning? No, it's a come from synthetic fibers and criminal criminal additives that have cut the need for dry cleaning. But it's only the beginning. Lurking in the wings and ready to make terminal dry cleanings totally obsolete is that powerful magic and ultrasonics. Electric utilities. This another one of those supposedly no substitute products that has been enthroned on a pedestal of invisible wrath. When the incandescent lamp came along, kerosene lights were finished. Later the water wheel and the steam engine were cut to rebounds by the flexibility, relativity, simplicity, and just plain easy ability on electric motors. The prosperity of electric utilities continue to wax extravagant as the home is converted into a museum of electric gadgetry. How can anybody miss by investing in utilities with no competition? Nothing but road ahead. But a second look is not quite so comforting. A score of non-ludicrous companies are well advanced to guard developing a powerful chimney, which some I highly clothed of very home silently taking of electric power. The electric lines that vulgarize so many neighborhoods will be eliminated, so will the endless demolition of streets and service interruptions during storms. Also on the horizon is solar energy, again pioneered by non-utilities companies. How say that utilities have no competition? They may buy natural monopolies now, but tomorrow they may be natural debts. To about these prospects, they too will have to develop in fuel cells, solar energy, and other power sources. To survive, they themselves will have to plot the obsolescence of that now produce their livelihood. So, grocery stores. Many people find it hard to realize that there ever was a thriving establishment known as the corner store. The supermarket took over with a powerful effectiveness Yet the big food chains of the 1930s years narrowly escaped being completely wiped out by the aggressive expansion of independent supermarkets. The first genuine supermarket was opened in 1930 in Jamaica, Long Island. By 1933, supermarkets were thriving in California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and elsewhere, yet the established chains pompously ignored them. When they chose to notice them, it was with songs they recite description as chippy, noisy, and buggy, cracker barrel stalker, lightning, and authentic opportunist. They execute all one big chain announced at the time that they found is hard to believe that the people will drive 4 miles to shop for foods and sacrifice the personal service chains have perfected and to which the consumer is accustomed. As late as 1936, the National Wholesale Grocers Convention and the New Jersey Retail Grocers Association says there was nothing to fear. They say that the super narrow ability to price buyer limited the size of their market. They had to drown 4 miles when imitators came, there would be wholesale liquidation as a volume feed. The high sales of the supers were said to be partly due to their novelty. People wanted convenient neighborhood grocers. If the neighborhood stores would cooperate with their suppliers, pay attention to their cost, and improve their service, they will be able to whatever the competition until below. One phrase important in my opinion: the history of everyday and dynamic growth industry show a self-decline cycle of the bone expansion and undetected decay, and the phrase "the marketing effort is still viewed as a necessary consequence of the product, not vice versa", is will be algo que voy a compartir al final del video como una opinión después de esta lectura. So, production pressures. Mass production industry are impelled by a great drive to produce all they can. The prospect of steadily decline until cost as output rise is more than most companies can usually resist. The profit possibilities look spectacular and for focused on production, the result is that marketing get jacketed. John Kenneth Galbraith contends that just the opposite of course. Output is so prodigious that all effort concentrates on trying to get rid of it. He says this accounts for singing's commercials, the desecration of the countryside with aberrations and other wasteful and vulgar practice. Galvatron has a finger on something real, but he misses the stretched point. Mass production does indeed generate great pressure to move the product, but what usually gets emphasized is really not marketing. Marketing, a more sophisticated and complex progress gets ignored. The the difference between marketing and selling is more than semantic. Selling focus on the need of the seller, marketing on the needs of the buyer. Selling is preoccupied with the seller need to convert the product into cash, marketing with the idea of satisfying the needs of the customer by means of the product and the whole cluster of things associated with cleaning and the cleaner costuming. So, um, okay, with time I are good. Entonces, ahora quiero aprovechar este espacio para explicar las ideas o cómo ciertas frases del escrito de Theodore Levitt me quedaron sonando y me gustaron. Por ejemplo, la frase The history of every dead and dying growth industry show a self-defined cycle of bountiful expansion and undead decline. Traduciendo, si traducimos dicha frase, podemos tomarla como su traducción de la historia de cada industria de crecimiento, como se ve en, entre paréntesis, entre comillas, el crecimiento, muerte y moribunda muestra un ciclo de autoengaño, de expansión abundante y decadencia no detectada. Y yo creo que para esto pueden haber como ciertos momentos en los que se van a repetir durante el ciclo. Está, por ejemplo, la creencia de que el crecimiento está asegurado por la población en expansión y la más rica, cuando eso no debería ser así. Si recordamos que cuando se saca un producto, el producto no tiene que ir dirigido solamente a un grupo de personas, sino a la mayor cantidad posible. También la creencia de que no existe un sustituto competitivo para el producto en la empresa. Esto es muy falso porque tu producto, aunque sea nuevo, aunque sea un producto nuevo que nadie más lo haya podido crear, sabes que con el tiempo, sea corto o a largo plazo, va a existir un sustituto o va a existir directamente una competencia que pretenda hacer lo mismo o hasta incluso mejor tu producto. Dos rivales muy grandes de la historia los conocemos que son Pepsi y Coca-Cola, los más grandes titanes en la industria de la gaseosa, por ejemplo. También el hecho de tener demasiada fe en la producción en masa y en las ventajas que nos dan los costos unitarios. Esto sí, aunque al corto plazo disminuir los costos nos puede sonar bien, como una buena idea, una buena salvación. Créeme que no simplemente se trata solo de eso, de reducir costos para hacer más y más y más, porque ahí es cuando se comienza a descuidar el producto. Que hablando del producto, la preocupación por el que el producto se llegue a prestar para experimentos y digamos temas aparte de los que en un principio deberían salir los productos, que es suplir necesidades del público, eso también llega a matar que la industria se unan nuevas competencias. Esto también con el mal pensamiento de que la demanda nunca cesará. Bueno, eso puede que sea verdad, pero siempre y cuando este producto como tal pueda mejorar o esté mejorando, claramente nunca habrá falta de demanda del mismo, pero si el producto sigue siendo el mismo y la gente comienza a cansarse, claramente tu, tus ventas, tus ingresos o directamente tu conexión con el público no es lo mismo, porque claramente habrá una disminución porque la gente se cansa de seguir con lo mismo, aunque sea el más necesario para suplir la necesidad. La gente tiende a aburrirse de los mismos. Y también otro mal pensamiento es que los productos no son indispensables. Esto debido a que las empresas ignoran su obsolencia y no trabajan en diseñar algo nuevo y no trabajan también en eso, en que el producto ya con el tiempo se va haciendo viejo, se va haciendo obsoleto, va ganando competencia, imitadores y posibles sustitutos. Entonces, cuando las empresas dejan eso de lado y simplemente se quedan con el producto tal y como está, en vez de tratar de mejorarlo o simplemente hacerlo más llamativo, es cuando empieza una decadencia en la industria. Sin ser más, eso sería todo por el video de hoy. Muchas gracias a todos por su atención.